Throne and Liberty. It started so good, so many hopes. And when we saw what's really happening, biggest disappointment, at least of the last couple of years in MMORPG history. This is new world level of disappointment.
So, Throne and Liberty, supposedly the biggest MMORPG release of 2023.
True.
A game that's been in development for 12 years. A game that almost everyone was looking at as a competitor to Black Desert Online, soon to be published by Amazon Game Studios.
Dude, Amazon Game Studios, this happens when not a single person in your game studio actually even knows what a PC game is.
A game that after I saw the initial trailer, decided to make a video about it with the title, "This Game Will End BDO."
Wow, true though.
Well, after seeing the gameplay from the recent beta test, that didn't age too well.
Hello guys, we're currently in the middle of playing Throne and Liberty, and as you can see, it's high action, impactful combat.
Nice.
Combat in this game, guys, is
top tier,
right?
top
It
tier.
is so unbelievably stiff, and I've played a lot of MMOs.
Amazing.
RPG game, bro. There's no fucking way we hyped this shit up for months.
It's really just a bummer. That's what it comes down to. I'm so bummed.
If combat and gameplay is so easy that autoplay could do it, why does it even exist anyway?
What am I? What? What?
Okay, so it's clear to say that Throne and
Amazing.
Liberty isn't exactly the action combat PC MMO we was expecting, and whoever did the marketing material for this game did a great job of misleading pretty much everyone.
Yep.
But does the game actually have any...
When the marketing material came out, not a single person ever would have actually legitimately thought that combat is 100% stationary and you can't even move while it's happening, or otherwise you can't attack. Not a single person saw it coming.
redeeming qualities? Is it actually as bad as people say, or are we collectively just having an emotional reaction because we expected one thing and got another? In this video, we'll discuss all of that, but first, sponsor. King Arthur Legends Rise is a squad RPG game that's truly cross-platform and cross-progression on Android, iOS, and Steam.
You know what?
You can pick up the game on your PC
this
wherever
game,
you left off on your phone. And
this mobile pay-to-win game that's gonna be good for 10 hours, and after that demand your wallet be hanged, is probably 100 billion times better than, you know, Throne and Liberty.
For the worldwide launch. In the meantime, you can play the open beta starting on June 29th.
Yeah, use
Follow
his
at
code.
Play King Arthur for news and even more rewards.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Throne
it.
and Liberty, this was my and many others' most anticipated MMORPG release of 2023. This is a game that's basically been in development for 12 years.
Weather
It started out
cycles,
as
day and
Lineage
night
Eternal, then it was
cycles.
reworked as Project TL in Unreal Engine 4, then it was unveiled as Throne and Liberty in 2022, and appeared to be a third-person PC-focused MMO with action combat.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it turns out all of the marketing material for this game was incredibly misleading, and the game is basically another typical mobile-focused MMO, with mobile monetization and mobile autoplay combat that's basically cross-platform on PC.
You literally have things that allow you to play the game while you are logged off for an extended period of time, because, you know, that's just how good the game is. It's amazing.
PC and console for the sake of reaching a larger audience. If you, like many others, thought this game was NCSoft's answer to Black Desert Online and a PC-focused MMO though, you can forgive yourself, because based on how the devs were describing this game in an interview only 5 months ago, there's no wonder why people thought this game was something else. Here's a few quotes. The most suitable platforms for TL are, in my opinion, PC and console. The added value and emotions of an MMO that cannot be experienced on mobile really come to life on PC and console. From the get-go, TL was developed to suit both PC and consoles. TL offers a unique UI and UX depending on the type of device. Streaming is also possible on mobile. The way they've been speaking about this game made it sound like mobile was simply an afterthought, but that's clearly not the case, because to launch the game you need to use NCSoft's mobile platform called Purple, which hosts titles such as Lineage 2M, Lineage M, Trickster M, Blade and Soul 2, and Lineage W.
Wow.
All pay-to-win
Why are there so many lineage games?
All autoplay games that nobody really cares about. Not a single PC-focused game to be seen. At this point, you're probably asking yourself why. Why would NCSoft try to make Throne and Liberty seem like a true PC game? Why would they design an MMORPG with a combat system that's 20 years old to release in 2023? And as usual when it comes to publicly traded gaming companies, the answer is money. The fact is, it doesn't matter that NCSoft have disappointed.
That makes so much sense. Wow. People lie for money. Can you imagine that? Because, let's face it, the repercussions that will come from this, the fact that they lied, is going to be zero, okay? It doesn't matter, because the moment this would release by default, people would be like, oh wow, this is garbage, we're not going to play. But more people would start playing it in the first place because of the lies. And the fact, by the way, that this absolute tragedy, travesty, dumpster fire, jet fuel enraged forest fire got an open beta without any contracts needing to be signed about disclosure agreements and whatnot, and everyone could be just participated, is insane. Because when a company does something like that, when they launch an open beta, alpha, or whatever, and there are no NDAs to what you can and can't say, that means that the developer is so, or publisher, are so absolutely out of their minds, confident in their product, the success, how good it is, that they don't care. I mean, does everything that Amazon touch turn to shit, or what's exactly happening here? I need an explanation. New World was absolute trash on the release, and by the way, New World is still trash if you're wondering. It's an absolute boring dumpster fire of nothing. And an elitist community that hates new players because they don't know everything about the game and they don't spend 14 hours playing the game. Oh yeah, that's literally where we're at. And well, this kind of seems fitting for Amazon Game Studios to just continue their, success rate here, ignoring Lost Ark.
The vast majority of the MMO audience who aren't Lineage 2 players, because this company understands that you don't need to make a good game to make a shit ton of money.
True.
Just look at how much money their mobile games have made.
No
All
idea.
of them look like shits, and you've probably never heard of them. Lineage M has made $4.23 billion and looks like this. Lineage 2M, the successor to that, has made $1.76 billion and looks like a PlayStation 2 game.
It makes sense.
The most recent Lineage mobile game, has also made $1 billion.
Okay.
Just for reference, Guild Wars 2, a critically acclaimed PC MMO that's realistically getting into every top 10 best MMORPGs list, only just exceeded $700 million in total revenue in 2023.
That's what you get for not having a battle pass with 15 pay-to-win microtransactions and, AFK skip mechanics and good skins that also boost your power weapon upgrades, skip to grind mechanics, level ups, XP boosts, maximum level right off the bat, pay-to-win items that expire after a little bit of while, AFK timer increases, monster drop increases, all of that for money. That's what happens when you don't have it.
After being out for over 10 years, Black Desert Online, a heavily monetized PC MMO, took 5 years to make $1.7 billion. And here's NCSoft's Q1 2023 earnings breakdown.
That's in millions,
Each of these
probably.
Lineage mobile games dwarf the revenue of all the PC games, and it's not even close. So with that in mind, is it really any surprise that Throne and Liberty isn't a true PC MMO? Not really. And as much as Throne and Liberty has some of the most static gameplay out there, you can't deny that when compared to NCSoft's other mobile games that have generated billions of dollars, it does look a hell of a lot better. On top of that, with the game being playable on PC and them clearly trying to market the game to PC players, this game is going to make so much money that NCSoft's reaction to the backlash from the MMO PC community will basically be that meme of the guy wiping his tears with money. So yeah,
That's
if you
from
was expecting
Zombieland,
BDO
by the
killer
way.
or a true PC experience, you're probably disappointed. But does that mean that the game has nothing to offer?
Yes.
Well, let's look at the issues
Probably,
it has as well as
yes.
the positives, because I think with adjusted expectations, the game could potentially still be fun for a certain type of MMO.
What adjusted expectations are we talking about here? The game's gonna be trash because it's already trash. There's nothing to save.
Player. First of all, let's get the biggest issue with the game out of the way, the combat. The combat in Throne and Liberty, by all accounts, seems to be one of the most static systems ever designed for
It's
the MMO
literally
genre,
3D
and that's
RuneScape.
by both PC and mobile standards. This game is tab targeting and literally every attack roots you in place. You can't even basic or auto attack whilst moving. If you're moving, you're simply not dealing any damage. Even in old school RuneScape, a point and click game from 2007, you can still move and attack to
Oh,
a
that's
certain
actually
extent.
true.
What this means is that if you're a melee player and a ranged player decides to run away from you, there's literally nothing you can do to stop them, which just makes melee look absolutely horrible to play and borderline unplayable.
Because it is.
The combat in Throne and Liberty looks so bad that I can see it alienating a large portion of potential PC players that do decide to give the game a chance. Because how high can the skill ceiling really be in a game with such little mobility? With a combat system designed in this way, it's surely going to be a case of whoever has the best gear wins. Where's the outplay potential? Actually, thinking about it, that's probably the point if you're even remotely familiar with Korean MMO cash shops.
Yep.
The
Seems
next big thing
legit.
people hate about Throne and Liberty is the autoplay combat. Basically go to a grind spot, press T, and your character starts auto-farming mobs in the world. It's basically an inbuilt bot. Now, as much as I hate autoplay like this where it takes resources away from actual active players in the world, I could probably get over the autoplay if the manual play combat was decent. Black Desert Online is an MMO with fantastic manual combat that does also have an auto combat mode. The difference is, in BDO you just attack a training dummy and not take away mobs in the world from active players. You're also able to AFK fish, process, ride horses and autopath. But the game was designed in a way so that those systems made sense and didn't take away from active gameplay sessions, whereas with Throne and Liberty that doesn't seem to be the case. The third and final nail in the coffin with Throne and Liberty for me is that with this game clearly being designed as more of a mobile game than we expected, the cash shop is also probably going to be a full mask-off pay-to-win like every other
Now, I'm gonna say this though. It doesn't matter if your game is designed for PC or mobile. The pay-to-win options are not just exclusive to mobile. PC can easily have all the pay-to-win options for mobile, even more if they try hard enough. So, it doesn't matter if the game wasn't actually made for PC or it was, because that's not a problem, you see. That's not the real issue. When they want to make money, they're going to find ways to implement this. 15 battle passes, 10 consumables, whatever, let's go.
Mobile MMO. All Korean MMOs are pay to win, regardless of if they're on PC or mobile, but the difference between PC and mobile is usually that PC MMO pay to win starts to have diminishing returns around at $5,000 to $10,000, whereas with mobile you can spend upwards of a few $100,000 before you start to cap out. Additionally, pay-to-win PC MMOs do typically have ways where you can still compete without spending much, but with mobile this is rarely the case. You're simply plankton for the whales. So is there any hope for Throne and Liberty?
No.
Who is this game for?
No.
Well, if you're someone that still plays Lineage 2 in 2023 or enjoyed Lineage 2 in the past, then you're probably not too put off by the game's combat system, because it doesn't look a whole lot different than the combat in Lineage 2, other than there perhaps being less abilities and things to press. Part of me actually thinks if this game was simply called...
That's not really a good selling point if I'm being completely real, okay? Well, this game has still less to offer than a game that's, 100 years old at this point.
Lineage 3, and the devs were transparent about the combat and autoplay from day one, then I think more people would be open to giving the game a try, and there wouldn't be nearly as much negativity around it right now. Despite the crappy gameplay, visually Throne and Liberty looks quite good. It's one massive giant open world, and watching the gameplay of people just running around, exploring, or talking to the MSQ NPCs, all of which are fully voice acted, the game doesn't look too bad. The game also seems to have a ton of cool systems, such as the events that spawn in the zones, the entire guild system, the world bosses, sieges, the fact that abilities have different rarities, the crafting system, and overall aesthetic of the game. Honestly, if the combat wasn't literal F tier and was just average, I'd probably still be somewhat optimistic for it, even with the auto hunting. In an ideal world, here's what NCSoft could do that would make everyone happy. Take this version of Throne and Liberty and call it Throne and Liberty M. Embrace it as a full mobile-focused MMORPG.
Nice. Oh, so
and
that's what
release
the
it with
M
very few
means.
Changes. Then copy and paste the code to make a PC version of the game, delay it for 2 years, completely rework the combat system, upgrade it from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5, delete the autoplay, and redesign the game to suit PC. Obviously that won't happen, but we can always dream. Either way, I'll do a full review of the game at full release, just on the off chance that they have improved the combat, but this has definitely gone from a game that I was excited about to one that I've written off as barely being worthy of playing for content later on. The purpose of this video was basically to tell you to adjust your expectations for this game, in case you haven't been keeping up with the beta tests. But yeah,
Adjust your expectations, he says. Well, I mean, it's technically an accurate statement. The bad part is, you know, our expectations need to be adjusted. You know, this is the baseline, this is our expectations for Throne of Liberty. Well, at least at one point, right? And we need to adjust it by this much. And this is slightly better than average. Our expectations need to be subverted so much at this point, it's insanity.
Most likely scenario is that Throne and Liberty releases, people give it a chance for a month, remember that Black Desert Online exists.
This looks like something that that is gonna not last 2 days for most people, though.
And is a superior game in every way, shape and form, then move over to that.
Yeah,
Throne and Liberty could unironically be the best marketing that BDO could ask for, and I think the only people that will stay with it long term are Lineage 2 players, or a few PC players that get sucked into the inevitable gambling addiction and sunk cost fallacy of playing a Korean mobile MMORPG. But that's it for this video. I'd like to give a shout out to Canon, another content creator who gave me an account and tried to help me play Throne and Liberty. Unfortunately, my computer is Windows 11, so no matter
what is Windows 11?
I couldn't get past this Unreal Engine 4 error to launch the game. Feel free to express your opinions on the gameplay of Throne and Liberty in the comments below.
Man, the marketing though, they looked so good for this though. Honestly, they did an A+ job with the marketing. But the marketing is the marketing. It creates hype, and well, the moment something really bad comes out, it's gone. It's just gone. It's go away. It's not there anymore. Anyway, this was Quizzer Said, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. Bye bye.